Hi, this is Greg Smith with the Umatilla Electric Cooperative Business Resource Center. In a moment, I'll be introducing Miss Emily Cecil, UEC's Business Resource Center's lead business advisor. But before I do that, I just wanted to share with you, UEC is committed to supporting the community and business development. Today, she'll be interviewing our guest about the employment opportunities within their business. And so what we're trying to do is connect employers with future employees. I hope you enjoyed this interview. Emily, take it away.
Hi, I'm Emily, and today I'm with Jolene from the Voice of Reason. If you want to start out by sharing a little bit about the Voice of Reason and what you guys do for the community.
My name is Jolene Cooley, and I'm one of the directors here at Voice of Reason. What I do here at Voice of Reason is we are an employment path agency for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. I have been open for about a year as of February 5th. My background working with individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities has been about 8 years. We do have another director, and she has 11 years experience. So we really work great as a team, piecing things together for the community and making sure that we're supporting our consumers with ID and DD services. So what that looks like is there are programs in Umatilla County, Morrow County, all throughout the state of Oregon. And what that looks like is services, anybody that has the intellectual or developmental disability, what that could look like is epilepsy, autism, cerebral palsy, cognitive thinking. They do have to go through an assessment through the state of Oregon to make sure that they do qualify. Most, of course, do qualify. So when that happens, consumers do, however, meet and greets because there is other entities here in Umatilla County that provide the same type of services. The consumer does a meet and greet with Voice of Reason. We share our background, what we offer, and they get a choice to choose from our Voice of Reason or another program in Umatilla County to have them assist. So what it looks like for us when we have a consumer that does a meet and greet and they want to go with our services, we look at their ISPs, and it's an individual support plan, and look at their goals. And those goals could be anywhere from learning how to do math skills or money counting. It could be from spelling. We also do in-home supports, which that means we have our staff that go into their homes and help them with the bathing, grocery shopping, medical appointments. And then there is a program that we work with is Vocational Rehabilitation Center, and that is also a program that they get enrolled in for employment path. And what that looks like is once the VR paperwork is done, we move forward. We look at their goals on what they want to work for. And that could be customer service, that could be working in retail, clothing stores. And we just go out and advocate for them, asking employers, if they are interested or if they have any type of, position available that would match this consumer's goals. Because our long-term goal here at Voice of Reason is to maintain that retention for full-time or part-time work. Mm-hmm. Everybody has an opportunity to work despite an ID or DD situation.
Okay.
So integrating them into the community is very huge for us that we advocate for.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
So that's what we do here at Voice of Reason. We have our consumers that come into our office here. We have our floor staff, and they support them with their goals, their desired outcome goals, whatever that may look like. Everybody is different here.
That's awesome. And so when a consumer wants to get placed in a job, what is that process like? And do they go into the job on their own, or are they placed with like a job coach, or how does that work?
So what that looks like, again, as long as they're enrolled in the vocational rehabilitation, we look at their goals. We go to employers that would fit that description, introduce ourselves, share a brochure, ask them, if they are hiring. If they are hiring, we most definitely put an application for these individuals. We advocate for them. We help them fill out their applications. And turn them in with them. And if they get an opportunity to have an interview with that employer, we will support them in that interview. I also share with the employer our background of what a job coach looks like and what that job coach does while that individual is there for support. There also is consumers that we have that can go to work on their own. They may need a little bit of support to get them started and help them learn their job, but then we fade away from them. We will always be available. So if a consumer is working, we teach them their job, we fade away, but step in because it could possibly be that they go into a different position at that employer. We would step back in and retrain, help support that new job. So we do that. And then other consumers, if they're going to need consistent support, my job coach will always go with them and help them daily through their hours of their task. Helping reiterate what needs to be done. Just being there for that extra support if they need it.
So could you tell me a little bit more about your job coaches and what their everyday tasks look like?
Yes, so when we hire a job coach, they have multiple undergoing certificates that they need to obtain for our company and the state of Oregon to stay within, the regulations. One of those would be mandatory abuse reporting training to where they get their certificate. They do an OIS. OIS is an organ intervention system that teaches them how to deflect and calm down a individual if the individual is getting upset. There's tremendous training in that. It's very informational to help support our staff when they're dealing with a consumer that could need that extra support. We do the state of Oregon. It is non-state employee certificates, but it does run under the state of Oregon core comps. And that again, multiple trainings, how to perform your job, what's the best way to support a consumer out in the community during a job, life skills, what techniques they can use in a different scenario of a consumer. As I've said, all the consumers here are very different. Their supports are very different. And the individuals here with disabilities benefit from increasing financial independency and building assets. They build job and career skills, teach and learn from others, and they also are able to connect out in the community.
Perfect. And so we're going to bring in a couple of employees that are just going to tell us a little bit about what they do and why they love their jobs.
My name's Micah Crumwoody. I've been working with Voice of Reason for almost a year. It'll be a year in April. I am a full-time college student at Eastern Oregon for sociology. So,
perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So do you want to tell me a little bit about what you do for Voice of Reason and what an average day kind of looks for you?
So I do a couple of different things. So I do job coaching when I am needed for that. I do a lot of work here in the office, which is just supporting them and helping them build their skills. And that's usually where I'm at is from like 10 in the morning till about 4. Just kind of working with them to help build life skills, social skills, job skills even while here, even if they're not at their job, they're working on them here too. And I do sometimes attendant care in people's homes, pick them up, take them to the stores if they need to go, or help them clean their homes or bathe and stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah. So every day looks a little different for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. So when you got hired, was there any sort of certification that you needed or training that you had to undergo?
Yeah, there was a lot of training. There was just kind of abuse reporting, job coaching, like how you're supposed to job coach, what it entails, a lot of like what you're supposed to do if you're doing attendant care, like how to talk with the clients so they stay calm if they get angry, just kind of that kind of training, which was all new to me because I had never had it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, is there anything else you wanted to share about your position or the work that you do?
I really enjoy it. It's good. It's rewarding. Sometimes, a lot of the time. Julian and Shalina are great people to work with. They have a great company, and I can't wait to see it get bigger. And the clients are just awesome to work with. They're just cool people, and it's fun. So.
Yeah, perfect. Well, thank you.
Yep.
For employees that act as job coaches. I was wondering, are you currently hiring for that position? And if so, like what are the requirements for that position or different certifications that they need?
So I are hiring for 2 different positions. They're always labeled as job coaches. But we are hiring for a graveyard shift, Monday through Friday, 10 to 7 a.m. And then we're also hiring, and that would be part-time that could fully work into a full-time position. We're also hiring for a floor staff here at the office to support the individuals that come into the office here. What that looks like is they would need to have a valid driver's license. They would need to be able to pass the state and federal background if they have been outside of the state, within the last 6 months. If that happens, we have to submit fingerprints to have them ran. It's a plus if they have CPR and first aid, but that is not required other than we require it to be done within the 30 days of their hire, which Voice of Reason does pay for those certificates.
Okay. Are there applications available online, or do they just need to come in and talk to you or give you a call, or how would they go about that?
They can give us a call and we can meet them outside the door and hand them an application. We're not accepting visitors in the office at this time due to the COVID. So they're more than welcome to call us here at the office. And again, we can run them out the application, or we can even email that application to them, have them resubmit it back to us via email.
And taking a kind of a different direction, when you are placing someone in a job, how do you get connected with the employers, or do employers need to come to you that are interested in participating?
Normally we go out and introduce ourselves with the employers, again, giving them our background, what we do, and see if they want to participate with Voice of Reason and with our consumers. I have not been able to have an employer reach out to us, as this type of program is not very, people aren't aware of it. So it's challenging to introduce ourselves or do a lot of advertisements, but we are available. For those employers that are interested. Again, like I said, we have not had an employer reach out to us. So we just go out in the community based on the consumer's ISP, what kind of desired goal they want, and reach out to those employers that could possibly have that position that the consumer is looking for.
So do you have an example of someone who's been through the program successfully that is now working in the community without a coach?
I do. I had a gal from Next Step program, which is a high school program that after they graduate, they go into and continue with their supports on that end, which is it's called the Next Step program here in Hermiston through the Hermiston High School. The gal had came, she was looking for a job. We had placed her at Sun Terrace in the kitchen. She delivered meals. We job coached her for about 3.5 weeks, and she is now faded off from us, and she's doing amazing.
That's awesome. Is there anything else you want to share while you're here, or?
There's not much. I think that I kind of covered what we do here at Voice of Reason. One of the biggest things that my philosophy is I'm always an advocate. I just hope for the best for these consumers. they always have the opportunity to retain themselves in the community and be integrated. It's very important to me that I give that to my consumers and that experience.
Yeah.
And again, we've been open since February 5th of 2020
Wow.
with our experience.
So you opened in a hard time.
We've most definitely,
Yeah.
it was very unexpected, but we definitely made it through. Very thankful for that. There's tons of services out here that are for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, again, that family members or employers or other people that are unaware of. So it's very awesome to, get out and introduce ourselves and get people familiar with our company and what we offer. Again, there is a couple other agencies here in Umatilla County that do support very similar. But there's enough consumers throughout Umatilla County, Morrow County that could, benefit from services.
Definitely. Well, thank you for joining me today. I really enjoyed getting to learn more about your organization and hope to be seeing you again soon.
Yes.
Thank you.